All right, gospel seekers, a tough one today. What do you do when people you love betray you? The Bible talks about that there is no greater love than someone who would lay down their life for a friend. So the opposite must be true, that there is no greater hatred or spite than someone who would prioritize their own life over someone they love. And I don't mean that in the terms of self-preservation, in the sense of, oh, you're about to die or I'm about to die. Who are we going to choose? No, I'm talking about in terms of how we treat each other. I've been doing a lot of talking about how we need to bridge the generational gaps within the church, but we also need to go ahead and rebuild relational gaps within the church as well. There is nothing more damaging in the church than church hurt. When people who are supposed to love and protect you and shield you and then do things in decency and order in terms of when we come to conflict, choose not to. When people choose to believe rumors instead of coming to the source. When people choose to talk behind your back, again, instead of coming to the source. Again, one of the main reasons why people don't believe in God is because the church looks like the rest of the world. So what do? Well, obviously, you pray for them. The Bible says to pray for your enemies, but what happens when your enemy used to be a friend? To be completely honest, I think everybody has a different journey when it comes to this. And the biggest reference I have for that is the life of David. David loved Saul. His Psalms are written in vulnerability. And within those Psalms, he generally talks about either asking for his enemies to leave him alone, or for the Lord to deal with his enemies. There's both. And for a man whose life was filled with so much strife from people who were supposed to care about him, he teetered back and forth on what he was asking God to help him with. And so I come to Psalm 55 specifically, in which David writes the psalm while he's dealing with the fact that his son Absalom is trying to overthrow him. David writes, "Now it is not an enemy who insults me, otherwise I could bear it. It is not a foe who rises up against me, otherwise I could hide from him. But it is you, a man who is my peer, my companion and good friend. We used to have close fellowship. We walked with the crowd into the house of God." Now here's where it gets tough, because this is exactly what David says about that. "Let death take them by surprise. Let them go down the Sheol alive, because evil is in their homes and within them. But I call on God, and the Lord will save me." I don't have much time left, but I'll say this. If there's an opportunity for reconciliation, the Bible calls us to that first. Paul would later write that we are to make every attempt to live at peace with everyone, but to leave room for the Lord to avenge. And I think that's the dichotomy that David lived, understanding he wanted to reconcile with people, but also understanding that God is a God of vengeance. And the Bible talks about not to touch your anointed one. You don't have to do anything. Let God handle it. And that's scary, but also good news. I love y'all. Shalom.